I'm Jamie Columbus. I'm Judy Houck's daughter-in-law and friend, and I'm making a short video of her wonderful art as a in honor of her creativity and energy. Okay, here's Judy.
Hi, I'm Judy. This is my house. You can't tell, but I'm an artist because of all the stuff that's around, the bottle caps. I believe, let me just say this, I believe that your home is your castle and your castle is your creativity, you know, your refuge. And so that's what I try to make my house, is my refuge, my creative space, you know, my secret space, like that. Oh, when you're around the pond, this is called Coming to America.
Coming to America?
It's about immigrants, you know, and there's still immigrants going by boat across to promised land, you know, to safety, they hope, to a new, brighter future. And that's what this is about.
It's wonderful.
This one I like a lot because of the technicality of it for me. This is a watercolor, and it was a final project, and so we had to demonstrate we had the skills to do certain things with watercolors. And so when I look at that, I see the struggle that I was working with when I was working with watercolors and that. And besides, it tells me what, in our travels in places like Guatemala and Africa and stuff, what I see when I see the children, versus when you take pictures, sometimes it seems you don't catch with the reality of the struggle of those children. And I think that talks about that. Okay? Have to get it from there. It's about the drudgery of being a woman. Kind of, you know, she's washing dishes, and it goes back to that what we used to say, this is the way you wash your clothes, your clothes. So she's, in the modern days, and we've got a washer, so she doesn't, dishwasher, so she doesn't dispose the dishes, and she's reading a book.
Amazing.
But I did this because I had read a story about a little boy that was born, and before he was a year old, he died because his parents beat him to death. And they didn't, when they found him and they got the story, he didn't have a name, and he didn't have, to me, a hard life of pain, and I felt like someone had to remember him. So I made a pair of shoes, baby shoes, in honor of his life. That's for me. And that's the backyard. This piece I did Thanksgiving let's see, it was in '98 when I came to UC Davis, and that was a big year for me. A lot of things happened. This piece is about, we had just got back from Guatemala that summer when I started school here, and in this first class we had to do a political project, or it could be sexual, political, some kind of statement like that. Most of the kids were making penises and tits and those kinds of things, and I couldn't kind of get my head around that. But we got back and we'd just seen all the atrocities in Guatemala and the repression of the native people there. So this piece is about that. We were supposed to make 100 pieces, repetitive. Well, I didn't get 100 made, but 25. So this represents that idea, the repression by the military and over the Guatemalans. And this was at the end, well, 1998 we did this. Anyway, is that right? 80? No, not 1998. 1989, 90, 91. Yeah, because I graduated in 91. So 1989, to be correct. Okay, so, oh, this is just fun. I don't know if you want anything, but, and this is just birds of a feather flock together. But there's one in there, see?
Well, that's amazing.
Bluebird of happiness in there. Or I guess you could say the male with all his harem.
That's fantastic.
This is a picture of Richard. A sculpture of Richard. He's kind of, you'll see him often because he's kind of my muse in the opposite. So I have a lot of things of him. Okay, over our fireplace, there's a couple of heads. The same, they've got, you know, something in them. This guy, they're pointing at him. All the fingers, don't point at me. You know, his face. I thought they made good bookends because it's like what's between your head, what's in your head.
Oh, neat.
All of this. These guys, though, I was experimenting, and he's got looking out the eyes. If you notice the people in the head looking out the eyes.
Wow.
And it's the same thing, you know, I'm talking about the voices in our head or the people or what's going on inside. Always. The hearts above aren't mine.
They look great there. What is...
Bella made this one. I love that piece. This is just a combination. We had to make a pedestal. We had to do different materials. And because I still made heads, I made it and put this head on it. Originally, I used black plastic rope, and I took it apart and I stuck it in. So she had a big head of hair that came out here. But because it was so long out here, it got full of, you know, weeds and all kinds of things, so I took it out.
Oh, I see.
So it's just, yeah.
That's interesting. Beautiful base. This shines right into your dining room.
Yeah.
Look at these.
These are spontaneous. I was making these jars, and some of them go with this piece over here. But that piece is apart, so they're just sitting here, and I had these, and I just stuffed them in there. There's no meaning to that. It's just... This is a was a fun project. Great gal, Ruth. She's a farmer's wife, was a farmer's wife. She's now deceased. And a friend of mine and I went out there once a week for a year. And we talked with her and we drew pictures of her. I took clay out there and made impressions, you know, of her. And then we put on an exhibition at the Art Center about her. And part of the exhibition was we also took video when we were there. And so we had the chair. She had died before she didn't look at anything. She didn't want to see it. She would see it afterwards if she lived long enough. Well, she didn't. So we took the TV and the chair that she sat in while we were there and put it in the exhibition. And we also, I made this bust. And those jars, because she's a farmer's wife, you know, and she canned and did all of this stuff. So there was those jars, and then there was another piece, and she sat on that. And there's also in the back here are like spools of thread, can jars. There's things.
Oh,
in there.
wow, that's
Some
amazing.
of them are gone now, but that was the idea of that. And this stuff all tells about her life. All the words around here tell about her life. Her husband was a very prominent farmer in this region.
Laughing on the bus, playing games with the faces. She said,
The broken pieces.
Do you have a favorite one of these?
Do I have a favorite one of these? Not really. Trying to think. I kind of like these guys, this dark, because I love this dark clay.
It is nice.
You just fire it and it comes out this beautiful, beautiful black color. It's so, I like working with it. It was really nice. But I like, because I seem for me to get expressions on them that I like a lot. This one's kind of a fun place because I like the contrast.
Oh, wow,
in
look
there.
at the hat.
When it
That's
doesn't
amazing.
have dust on it. But the expression on their faces I like. They're all, I don't know if you know this about them. Let me see if I can get an easy one. This is in reference to our colonialism. I hope. But all the heads have an inside.
Wow. Amazing. Look at that.
So that was in reference to the colonial outside and then the indigenous tribal people in the inside, you know, that they encountered here. But they all have some, I think they all have something. That one, you know, it was kind of, she fell, only it's all dusty in there. It hit her chin. So, but they're just all like that.
That's a very original concept, isn't it? I haven't seen anybody else do that.
You know what it reminds me of is those, and I don't know what you call them, but they make those little houses and put all the little people in them. I think in Mexican culture and Spanish cultures they do that a lot. There's a name for that, I don't remember. But they make families inside, they're having weddings inside, or burials, or birthdays,
Okay.
and they make all these people and do that.
All right.
So, but to me this whole concept is about the inside and the outside. The outside informs you, and the inside, and your emotions and stuff inform what you do on the outside. So you could be smiling, but inside you're not feeling that big smile. So it's about more than just the surface. It's about your interior. Oh no. These heads are made from a mold that we had to make in TV9 when I was going to school there. And so I just made a whole bunch of them and tried to do the mold as it was, but alter it just a little bit so they each had a different face, kind of a look, even though they were from the same mold. I might just add that all of this work that you see out here can be in the weather, and yet though the weather makes its imprint, like with this, it gets moldy, it gets dirty, the squirrels play on it, knocks them over, breaks them, things fall apart. But in my mind, that's good, because life has a cycle, so does art. I believe everything has a cycle. So it doesn't bother me that it does that. This angel is blessing this space, cleaning this space. I don't have a name per se for it. It's just an energy that I want in the front. This piece was one of three: Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And when I had them displayed out in front, some kids came around in the night and stole two of them. And so we brought this one in so we could save one. So that's what's left. Anyway. Now this is the guardian of my garden. And because I'm Gemini, I'm mating to this. So that's the inside and the outside again, and he's watching over the garden. I've got one eye left, the others the kids have taken out. So I think this is falling apart now. This is the gate to around. This was an old apple tree we cut down.
That's wild.
And I know this is, I was just playing out here with the kids. So this is the goddess. And the rest of this is like from the kids. The grandchildren, they come back here and they could paint on this wall. And this is a spirit bear, so he's helping protect this area. I think that's probably it.
Hello, Jamie.
I just wanted to ask you, in what ways your mom's art has influenced your life?
Well, you know what? You might think this is funny, but when I was in elementary school, I drew a picture, and my mom, you know, being an artist, I didn't really know that much about it then, but at the time, it was about an alligator and an elephant, and I drew it about what happened to the alligator's nose, you know, his trunk, and how it got stretched when they got up to the water, and the alligator grabbed it. But it was the inspiration of my mom, you know, that inspired me to do it.
Oh,
you
really?
know?
To make it unusual?
And then to see her progress forward after we left home has just been, I mean, it's been priceless ever since. So, I mean, that's, you know, and I get a lot of comments too from people when they see her work and they see the painting she's done and stuff like that, how impressed they are, you know, and ask about it. So, I mean, I could go on, but I'm not really, I wouldn't know where to stop, because she's, I mean, you know, it'd be hard to match up to her, I mean, for what she's been able to do. So it'll be a lifetime thing for me. Anyhow, Jamie, that's
Good.
Hello.
Hey, I'm just wondering if you could tell me a little bit about how your grandma Judy's art has inspired your life.
Well, recently this past year for, actually no, I think, yeah, it was this year. For a school project, I needed to do a thing about France. So I decided to do a sculpture, kind of like, mainly from my grandma's perspective, like, push me to do that. And with my dad's help, I was able to make a wooden Eiffel Tower. And yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zared. Hi, Kim.
Hi, Jamie.
I was just wondering if you could tell me a little about how you feel about Judy Houck's art.
How I feel about it?
Yeah.
I think it's amazing, the different things that she can do, the paintings, the sculptures, the drawings. If you go in her home, you can see from small pictures that she has painted to a wall that she has painted. And just to walk in and see the different things that she has just inspires other people to do things. In fact, I went and made a bowl, and because of her, and now I'm getting into sculpting also. So that's how Judy inspired me to do some artwork.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And here's my bowl that I made. It's got burgundies and pinks and lavenders.
It's really beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
I really love that. Can I have that? Just kidding.
Thank you.
Colin, how has your grandma inspired you with her art?
Well, an example right here, my grandmother helped me with the art project for my English class in 9th grade. Read a book, and I decided to make a heart. actually there are two hearts. There's one in the center and one around the outside, and it exemplifies love and the love that my grandma has for me and all her family, her grandchildren, her children, her in-laws, and etc. And I'm really lucky to have a family that really cares about me.
This talk. Grandma, I love your art. I love sort of the fact that you've created spaces where it feels like there's a person sort of at work, right? I mean, it makes it feel lived in a way that most places where people live or aren't, and it really brings forth the sort of affective sort of dimensions of the way we live, and it makes me want to be creative, and it makes me want to emulate that. Maybe not by painting something, because I'm not a very good painter, but you know, there's all kinds of ways you can sort of live those affective dimensions of sort of life, and I think it's pretty powerful to be exposed to that all the time. So I've really appreciated that.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
Hi, Jeff.
Hey, how you doing, Jamie?
Good. I'm just checking in to see how your mom's art has influenced your art.
Oh, my art? Well, everything. My mom challenges me to be a better artist, right? So, everything my mom does inspires me. I look around here and I can't believe how talented and beautiful everything is. So, I love coming home and I love being around her art because it makes me think about things I wouldn't normally think about.
Hi, Matt.
Hello, how's it going?
Good. I just wanted to ask you how your mom's art has influenced your life.
Wow, Mom has always, you know, we've never been limited, I guess is the way to put it. We've always, you know, I think that's why we all think outside the box. We're all pretty creative in our own way. I see Tom in trees, Jeff in his art and with what he does, and I don't know, I'd like to build things and go out, but we've always not been restricted, and that's thanks to her. You know, all those boundaries were gone as we grew up. There was no limits on what we did. Sky's the limit, I guess, is what it was. So, yeah, I mean, that's it. Mom gave us everything. It was good.
So, Darcy, hi.
Hi.
I'm just wondering a little bit about how you feel about Judy's art.
I think it's amazing and it's been great, especially for the kids. They've all really been able to explore their artistic talents, having a grandma that's been able to help them with their art projects. They've got to come over and watch her do some of her art, like with the kiln and her painting. And my oldest daughter, Samantha, actually majored in studio art. And, I think she was influenced a lot by Judy and all of the amazing work that she's done. And I just think it's impacted them in ways that they don't even really realize. And it's just been amazing to be surrounded by such beautiful art.
Hi, Ricky.
Hey.
I just wanted to know how your grandmother's art has influenced your art.
It's been really nice. Like she has her arts all over her house and stuff, and it's always been really good being able to come over like after school, sometimes during school, just to come over and like look at what she's done and be around it. I've had her help me with art projects my whole life. When I was little in elementary school, she helped me make a handmade clay chess set once, and just, I don't know, it's a really cool thing to be good at, and it's definitely brought us closer.
My grandma's like, she's a really amazing artist that makes a lot of unique things, and I just think she has a lot of artistic talent and really great ideas because she's into unique things and just has a very good feel for art and a really great appreciation for it, and I hope someday I can make art as great as hers.
Hi, Richard.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
All right.
Hey, I'm just wondering how Judy's art has influenced your life.
Well, big time. I feel lucky. I get to live in the art house.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just really pleasant. Every time you come home, it just feels comfortable and nice, and I feel really lucky.
So, Richard, what do you like best about Judy's art?
Whoa, man, best about the art. Oh my. I guess the eclectic, the way it works, around our house. I mean, there's all kinds of hidden things around. Just above where you're recording right now is a little sign that says, "Welcome back, my friends." Nobody knows it's there unless you point it out. And it's just, it's fascinating to me how she even thinks about it. It's like she can't help doing what she does. It just happens out of her. She can't not do it. Okay, so it's fun to be around here and find the little hidden objects that are in this place. That's my biggest.
The mystery of Hawthorne Street.
Yeah, the mystery of Hawthorne Street. That's good. I like that. That's exactly right. Yeah, and this piece.
Coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. Gotta be down because I want it all.
We're going in the side of the house, and on the walk is a mosaic. I mosaic the walk. Took me about 2 years.
Beautiful, amazing.
It's done. I got the idea because when we were in Italy, in Florence, I think it was, no, Venice, we went to a cathedral there, and inside they had mosaics all over the place, like little squares, all different everywhere else. And so the criteria for me was to take this, because it had all been cemented, but because of different owners, there were different pieces of cement. And so wherever there was a piece of cement, I made that, a design there, and then did something different in the next one and the next one.
I see, yep.
And I didn't buy anything. Everything was given to me. So I made things with what I had. And sometimes, like there's a piece down there that's pretty brown. It's because all I had at the time was that. So that's this, I don't know. This is fun because the kids, some of the grandkids and one of my sons, maybe two, were up here and we all did this little mosaic on the top of that.
The chimney?
Chimney. This is a tie that was given to me and other students. We were in a class with Wayne Tebow, and I don't remember exactly what he said when he gave them to us, but this was kind of significant of being in his class. So I created this head, this face, because I thought it was appropriate on here to hang this tie. The crazy world of art. And this is my graffiti wall. And it's been painted over 3 or 4 times, and this is just the latest conglomeration. So everybody that comes, even if a salesman comes to the door, I might have him come in and write a name or do something on this wall. And it's become for some people a place that they've brought friends, people to see it. So it's just great. I love it. It's a great entrance, I think.
I agree.
And I wanted to say something about these, Jamie, the bottle caps in here and outside that I didn't say. It's like, for me, entrances are a big deal. When you pass from one place to the next, it changes, and you change. And so to make that stand out or mark that, I like that. Kind of signify you're going from here to there. Okay.
And I see there's some shoes under here that are really interesting.
Oh, I made these.
Oh, how beautiful. That's amazing.
These are Sam's, one of my granddaughter's old shoes, or shoes that she wore. And these were her first pair of tap shoes. And these were shoes that she had. I thought I would make them for one for each year of her life. I mean, till she was 18 or something, but that became a big project, so this is how far I got. was the entrance to our house. I designed this gate, so I had it made. In there.
Are those feathers or
Leaves.
leaves? Yeah.
Leaves. And this is my twin.
Really?
See the resemblance? This was a project I had in Dave Hollowell's class, and we all had to make these things. And then we had to carry them around Davis and put them in different places, and then sit back on a bench and watch what people's reaction was to them, and then carry them back. It was kind of corny, but it was a lot of fun. This has been here since we've lived here, so it's almost 20 years. And my Uncle Charlie made the hat. Anyway, it's fun. It's about Vietnam and that, and the children that are here, American soldiers and blonde and stuff like that, and the tending the baby and the, you know, all that thing that went on in there. No, I don't name anything. But to me, the chair is all made in one piece, and it's reminiscent of those plastic chairs you had little kids in colors
like
in that. And I had made this piece because it reminded me, you know, how the broken statues in Europe and everything of like that. And we were looking at, I was looking at a mother and a Jesus. And so I was making this, and because I thought that's what the crosses are about, and the United States, how the two collide, spirituality and that. And this is my heart. And it's got a locket that my parents gave to me, a lock of my hair as a baby. When I had my kids, the band around my birth announcements, things like that. And this is, and I don't have a name for it. It's just how I work, putting things together like that. Okay, this is my dad, a sculpture of my dad. And this all around here, these things all tell something about who he was. And I was playing with using different colored clays together. Fibers get caught and it stops. But those were made for, those are my 5 sons that I had. And one son only lived 2 days, and he's the one with the gold in the heart. But that's just kind of a personal thing.
Yeah.
But it's very meaningful to me when I see it. It's represent, you know, love, the heart, connection, anyway, here or there.
No, Mom's artwork. I get a call from my brother last night asking me to tape a video about how my mother's artwork inspires me. And I tried to think about it today. How does it inspire me? Does it make me feel a certain way? Or and really, the conclusion I came to is that her artwork just inspires you. It inspires you to do whatever it is you want to do. It's like looking at the ocean or sitting around a fire and watching the flames. So that's the kind of inspiration that I've gotten from her artwork. I would encourage anyone to go and take a look at Mom's artwork. I think it'll inspire you to be better at whatever it is you want to be better at. Happy birthday, Mom.